The black car stopped quietly at the corner of the busy street. Inside the car sat Adrian Cole, one of the richest businessmen in the entire city. His companies owned luxury hotels, banks, and shopping malls. People admired him. Newspapers wrote about him. Many people dreamed of becoming like him. But Adrian had one problem. He no longer trusted people. "Sir, we've arrived," the driver said respectfully. Adrian didn't respond immediately. Instead, he stared through the window. On the sidewalk nearby sat an old man with torn clothes. A small cup rested in front of him as he quietly begged for help. Hundreds of people walked past him. No one stopped. Some looked away. Some pretended they didn't see him. Adrian watched silently. "Do you think anyone here will help that man?" Adrian finally asked. The driver shrugged. "Probably not, sir." Adrian leaned back in his seat, deep in thought. For years people had treated him like royalty. But he always wondered one thing. Did people respect him or his money? That night, Adrian made a strange decision. He called his personal assistant into his office. "I want to try an experiment," Adrian said calmly. The assistant looked confused. "What kind of experiment, sir?" "I want to live like a poor man for 30 days. The assistant stared at him in shock. "Sir, you're joking, right?" "I'm serious," Adrian replied. "I want to know how people treat someone who has nothing." Within a few days, Adrian disappeared from his luxurious mansion. No expensive suits, bodyguards, luxuries. He wore simple old clothes, rough shoes, and carried a small bag. His hair was messy, and his appearance looked completely ordinary. No one recognized him anymore. For the first time in many years, Adrian walked through the city without anyone bowing, greeting him, or asking for his attention. He boarded a crowded public bus. When he sat down, two men beside him looked at him and whispered. "Look at his clothes," one man said. "He probably hasn't eaten in days," the other laughed. Adrian remained silent. For years, people had respected him. Now they laughed at him. Later that day, Adrian walked into a small restaurant hoping to buy something to eat. The owner looked at him from head to toe. "Do you have money?" the owner asked suspiciously. "Yes," Adrian answered calmly. The owner frowned. "You look like trouble. Leave my restaurant." Adrian stepped outside slowly. The world looked very different when people believed you were poor. He realized something painful. People didn't just ignore the poor. Sometimes they treated them like they were invisible. 2 days later, Adrian found work at a construction site. The supervisor looked at him carefully. "You want a job?" the supervisor asked. "Yes. It's hard work. I'll do it." The supervisor handed him a helmet and pointed toward a pile of cement bags. "Start there." Adrian spent the entire day lifting heavy bags under the hot sun. Sweat covered his face. His hands became sore. The workers around him laughed. "Look at this skinny guy," one worker joked. "He won't last a week," another said. Adrian didn't argue. He simply kept working. He wasn't there to prove himself. He was there to understand something. One evening after work, Adrian sat alone on a wooden bench near a small street food stall. He opened his hand and counted the few coins he had earned that day. They were barely enough for dinner. As he sat quietly, a young woman approached the stall. Her name was Maya. She noticed Adrian sitting alone. "You look tired," she said kindly. Adrian looked up and smiled slightly. "Long day." She glanced at the coins in his hand and seemed to understand his situation. Without saying anything, she ordered 2 plates of food. When the food arrived, she handed 1 plate to him. Adrian looked surprised. "You didn't have to do that," he said. Maya smiled gently. "Everyone needs help sometimes." They sat together and ate. For the first time in many days, Adrian felt something different. Respect, kindness, humanity. "You're very kind," Adrian told her. "It's just the right thing to do," Maya replied. Adrian never forgot those words. 30 days later, Adrian's experiment ended. He returned to his luxurious mansion. His assistant was shocked when he saw him. "Sir, you look completely different." Adrian smiled. "I learned a lot." A few hours later, Adrian was back in his large office, wearing his expensive suit again. But now he saw the world differently. He remembered every insult, every cold stare, and one act of kindness. He turned to his assistant. "Find someone for me," Adrian said. "Who, sir?" "A young woman named Maya." A week later, Maya received a strange letter inviting her to the headquarters of coal industries. She thought it must be a mistake. Why would one of the biggest companies in the city invite her? Curious and nervous, she decided to go. The building was enormous. Glass walls, shining floors, and busy employees everywhere. A secretary guided her to a private office. When Maya entered the room, she froze. Behind the large desk sat a familiar face. It was Adrian. But now he looked completely different. Elegant suit, perfect posture, confident presence. Maya stared in disbelief. "You!" Adrian smiled. "Yes, it's me. The man from the bench." Her eyes widened. "You're the owner of this company, Trianada." "I wanted to see how people treat someone who appears poor," he explained. Maya sat down slowly, still shocked. "Most people ignored me," Adrian continued. "Some insulted me. But you helped me without expecting anything." Maya looked embarrassed. "It was just a small meal." Adrian shook his head. "No, it was kindness." He slid a document across the desk. "I want you to lead our new community support program." Maya looked at the paper in shock. "Eh?" "Yes," Adrian said. "Because kindness is the most valuable quality a person can have." Tears filled her eyes. "Thank you." Months later, Adrian's new program helped thousands of struggling workers. But Adrian never forgot the lesson he learned. Sometimes the richest person in the room isn't the one with the most money. It's the one with the kindest heart. If you were mayor, would you have helped the poor man? Comment below and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories.